I'm joined by Christine McDaniel, Senior Research Fellow with the Mercatus Centre, former Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Treasury Department and Senior Trade Economist in the White House Council of Economic Advisers. Welcome to BBC News, Christine. There is just so much to digest. We knew it was going to be busy. Give us your top thoughts on the economy to begin with.
Well, the U.S. economy is in a good spot. Unemployment is still, relatively low. Inflation, though, is stubbornly not coming down as quickly and as easily as the Fed, had hoped for. So he's got, a couple headwinds coming in. He's got the tailwind in terms of, good economy, but then he's got the headwinds of the stubborn inflation.
Okay.
So,
but if you could give me your thoughts, Christine, because, you have operated within the White House, etc., in the Treasury Department. Why did he not slap tariffs on certain countries straight away, which is what we were all anticipating?
Well, straight away. February 1st is, fairly straight away for a lot of people. Remember, companies do need, a bit of a heads up in terms of, just getting ready for the tariffs. This President Trump is regarded as fairly market friendly, business friendly, and he pays attention to the markets. He pays attention to the bond markets, and he realizes, companies do need a little bit of heads up on, when they're going to actually have to start paying the tariffs. So, February 1st is pretty fast, even considering that.
Okay, but as you say, companies need time to take consideration, as do finance ministers, etc. What are you expecting the president to impose when it comes to tariffs? He's been fairly clear for Mexico and Canada, 25% on all goods going into the US. And what impact will that have? He wants to bring down the cost of living for American households, but that could be very inflationary.
Yeah, exactly, Sally. So 25% tariff coming in, on all goods from Mexico and Canada. You just do the math on that. That's about $19 billion per month in tariffs paid. Some of that will be paid by U.S. consumers, U.S. businesses. Some will be paid by, the exporter. It's usually a bit of a mix. But remember, this is on top. Some of this is on top of existing tariffs. So. And it's not always linear. So, as tariffs increase, sometimes the pass through to consumers gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And people forget this. So it's, we can't just take what's happened in the past and say, well, that's just going to happen again. This could be even more inflationary. We're already hearing from some industries that they were able to absorb some of the tariffs from the first round. They won't be able to do that moving forward. So it might be pretty hard to save U.S. consumers from further tariffs in key consumer goods industries.
I'd like to get your take, Christine, on his energy policy. The White House sort of declaring there's a national energy emergency. He's already signed various executive orders enabling new drilling, etc., withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement. Your thoughts on where this takes the US and what it means for the climate crisis?
So President Trump has been very clear, in terms of, he also declared a national emergency in terms of the southern border for immigration. And then, of course, and that's a lot more understandable than the energy issue, but that's what he did. But perhaps this just allows the, some of the drilling to be expedited. This president is very interested in an energy abundant policy moving forward, and that could help to counter some of the inflationary impacts of the tariffs. But that could take a little bit of time, right? So the tariff inflation effect will be pretty quick. The energy effect might be a little bit lagged.
Okay.
But to the extent that can happen, that could help to counter some of that inflationary effect from the tariff.
Christine McDaniel, we appreciate your time. Thanks for talking to us on BBC News.
Thank you, Sally.